While every player at the World Cup will be taking great care over their diet and nutrition during the tournament, the Mexican squad have an extra incentive to be careful, to avoid domestic meat contaminated with growth hormones. The squad has bought 2 tons of food along with then to Russia, but none of the meat will be coming from Mexico itself. Mexico has a history of producing meat contaminated with Clenbuterol, used to promote muscle growth in livestock but also banned as a performance-enhancing substance in athletes. Since arriving in Europe for the World Cup, red meat has been finally back on the menu for the players. Players ask for their quesadillas and their tacos, and that really helps psychologically, because you bring them closest to home, said squad nutritionist Beatriz Bolosa, who rejoined the Mexican backroom staff in 2015. She was previously part of the staff that helped Mexico win the Under-17 world title in 2011, and also worked for the Olympic team that won the gold medal in 2012. We brought a lot of food and we also brought a chef to make every dish as the player likes it. We are making corn tortillas that taste like glory. Mexican squad nutritionist Beatriz Bolosa speaks during an interview in Moscow. Photograph, Eduardo Verdugo, AP. Every member of the squad has a different diet plan, not just based on his position, Bolosa said, but also based on his physique and his performance in training and in games. It's not the same for someone who played 90 minutes, to someone who stayed on the bench. We take every variable into account to make sure every player gets what they need. The plan obviously worked for Mexico's opening match, where their high-tempo game overwhelmed defending champions Germany. When used for performance enhancement, Clenbuterol increases lean muscle mass and reduces body fat. Agriculturally, although outlawed in most countries, it can be used on cattle, lamb, poultry and swine. The World Anti-Doping Agency has, in the past, issued specific warnings about the problem with agricultural usage in both China and Mexico. In 2011, 5 players from Mexico's squad tested positive for Clenbuterol, among them Guillermo Ochoa, the starting goalkeeper in this World Cup. The country's federation ruled the positive tests were caused by contaminated meat. More recently, Mexican boxer Canelo Alvarez tested positive for the same, forcing the postponement of his rematch with Gennady Golovkin. Having gone without while in Mexico, the squad were allowed to start eating red meat once they arrived in Denmark for a pre-World Cup friendly. Players are carnivorous by nature and they are happy to get the red meat back on their diet, and in nutrition terms it was also important, Bolosa said. One vital ingredient for their diet has come from Mexico, however, hot sauces. We made a spicy chili peanut sauce that is delicious, and we also have traditional sauces, some of the super spicy and some mild ones, added Bolosa. We also brought cans of beans and corn. We are super loaded. Still, while the backroom staff take every care over the preparation, it's not always the case that players will listen. Before their departure from Mexico, some of the squad made headlines after being seen out late partying for Javier Hernandez's 30th birthday.